Today I will be recapping season 16 episode 1 of Real Housewives of Orange County. It starts off with Heather making a grand entrance into her gorgeous home. She says I'm back and mentions that it has been 5 years since she was last on the show. She talks about her 22,000 square feet home and tries to number the rooms but is unsuccessful. She sits with her husband and kids to eat and everyone is all grown up now. She talks about each child and how unique they are and their plans for the summer. Gina and Emily are on the road, where Gina is finally able to drive since her DUI. She and Emily are having a workout, where Emily begins to discuss with Gina that her husband Shane has finally passed the bar since his scores were dropped because of COVID. Emily is extremely excited and Gina shares this joy with her. Gina talks about her boyfriend Travis, who she says makes her extremely happy and is good with the kids. She recalls that her and Matt's relationship got better, but then she had to make a victim impact statement and it was hard to hold him accountable. Gina is very emotional about the situation and tears up. Shannon is out shopping with her daughters. She talks about how each of her daughters are all grown up now. Nicole and Heather are walking. They have known each other for 8 years. Heather is planning a party and invites Nicole and her friend. She then tells Nicole that Shannon has been reaching out to her, and Nicole tells her that she knows about Shannon. Emily says as she gets older, things begin to drop, and she speaks about the different surgeries that she has gotten done, including the removal of her implants and her fat transfer. She then goes to visit Dr. Jen, who gives Emily and Gina a touch-up. Gina is pleased with the work that is done and likes Dr. Jen. Heather has some lunch with Nicole and her friend Noella, where Noella discusses her sex dungeon and her husband, who is a lawyer, Sweet James. Noella invites Heather to see her sex dungeon, to which she bluntly refuses. Gina, Emily, and Shannon meet up to have cocktails and speak about their new friendship. Shannon plans to introduce Gina to Heather in a later meeting. The scenes coincide with everyone cheering to a new future together. Shannon then goes on to tell Emily and Gina about Heather's friend, Nicole. We are then introduced to Dr. Jen, who talks about marriage, business, and her family, and all the crazy things she sees in her office. Dr. Jen wishes her husband was home more often. Gina finally gets to meet Heather, and she seems very impressed with Heather, who then invites Shannon, Gina, Emily, and Dr. Jen to her party. Gina is asked by the producers about Shannon and her past with Nicole, to which Gina tells them that Nicole allegedly sued Dr. Terry. Gina thinks Shannon should tell Heather. Shannon says no and reminds Gina of the promise that they made the night before, saying that they will keep the situation quiet and will not speak of it. Heather then invites the ladies to her home, to which they accept. Gina notes how uncomfortable she is about the situation and wishes that Shannon would speak up. The ladies finally arrive at Heather's home, and at the entrance, Gina is amazed by everything that she sees. Heather is more than excited to tell the ladies about her furnishings and all the work that she has done. She is very proud of her home. Gina is excited about everything and shares in Heather's joy as she shows them around each of the rooms in her home. Shannon apparently has something on her mind, as she doesn't seem too happy about the tour. Gina asks Shannon if she used to live in the neighborhood, to which she said yes, and she asks her if she misses the home. Shannon says yes, and she admits that coming to Heather's home brings back memories of her past and makes her very sad. Nicole and Noella meet up, and Noella says that she was friends with Bronwyn, but they aren't friends anymore. She says that she is so happy to be friends with Nicole because she feels free to be herself and she could discuss anything with her. The day of the party arrives, and Emily and Gina on their way to the party discuss the situation with Shannon and Nicole. Gina then tells Emily that she really isn't comfortable with the situation and Emily tells Gina that Shannon asks her to find out more information about the situation with Nicole and Dr. Terry. The party is underway and preparations are in place. Heather comes out to greet her guests, and soon, one by one, the ladies arrive. First, Shannon arrives, then afterwards, we see Dr. Jen, and then soon enough, the ladies are followed by Emily and Gina. Nicole and Noella soon arrive, and the party apparently takes a turn. We see a preview of Gina passing on the information to Heather. Emily is upset and leaves the party with Gina. Heather is also upset and asks the crew to stop filming. Please like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.